I see your pursuit continues, subject man.
Hello, subject cut.
Tell me, what have you observed of late?
Oh gosh. As of late, I think I may have tried to send you a ritual about this, but I was wondering, the sleepers and their very peculiar stories. Do you happen to know anything about them? When they recall information? I've been trying to figure out what all of those stories are, how they are recited almost like a hive mind. Pronouns are flipped, it's kind of weird. What's your take on it?
Interesting that you observed as much.
That's one thing that's been eating away at me for quite a long time.
All of the sleepers have been recorded in the song.
So are they stories that one of them particularly experienced, or can we even guess that they're even true stories? Some of them seem quite exaggerated.
They are remembering things from many, not from one.
Interesting. It's like an amalgamation of stories.
In a way.
Well, I see you've all been being quite busy in the place between. How's that effort gone?
I have tried to observe the difference between one such as yourself and the older fair.
Any interesting results?
This part is silence.
Because I know many of us have been traveling there somehow. That's one thing I don't quite understand, how we disappear, and that's not a normal blackout.
Yes. It is a dream state that can be manipulated to an extent, but doing so comes with a risk of being thrown out.
So I guess there's a way to stay longer than that really short time. Perhaps is that what you were looking for with all the combinations of Old Tongue?
Yes, you are onto something. That is precisely why we must uncover the Old Tongue in its entirety.
If I recall, you were one who used to know a lot about it, I think is what I've heard. Guess you don't have any tips or tricks to give us?
I know much. It is true. And I wish to share it with my siblings. But I need them to be able to remain there. And so far, this has escaped us.
Although it sounded like you were able to stay there for quite some time. Possibly, do you know why you were able to?
I have tried not to tamper with it. I merely observe.
Interesting. As you may always say, to observe is to change.
Ever thus.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of really weird things going on. Trying to wrap my head around exactly what's been the most important. Although I guess there was one thing that was kind of perhaps something you may know about. When we have our blackouts, is it possible that some of what we're seeing in the blackout is inspired by what's going on with us? Like, so for example, if I blacked out and I saw a shape figure that happened to look like that was in saturation control, could that mean I was really in saturation control while I was on a blackout? Just a very weird theory I've been throwing around in my head.
I'm afraid you are getting slightly too meta for me, subject man.
I had a feeling I may have been. I guess the way to phrase it is another club member knew eventually they were on a blackout, who may have gone missing. So, just trying to figure out how to ask these perhaps weird and confusing questions. Lots of unknowns.
It is never wrong to question.
So how is
Well, forgive me, I must prioritize my time.
Please do, yes.
There is more to learn in other corners of Red Acre.
I'm sure.
Continue your search, subject man. Your efforts, as always, are noted.
Well, thank you. Good luck with your studies as well, subject cuts.
Appreciated. We persevere.
Ooh, yes, we do. Have a good night.